Hello, welcome back to the Spider's Web, and as you can see I've done most of the ghouls. I just want to show you some things on the zombies that I've done. I forgot I had the blood for the blood god technical paint when I did the video for the ghouls. So what I've done is I've added some blood to the various raw areas. Got it pooling up round his neck, round his mouth, on the back of the skull, so that's one of the zombies. And so as far as the ghouls are concerned, they have spikes going through them. So where there is spikes going through them, I have added blood. As you can see from the shoulder, from the leg, I've coloured the hands in it and round the mouths because they basically rip the victims apart and eat them. They're cannibalistic, so they will be covered in blood, but I don't want to make them like too bloody, so I've just gone for the hands, round the mouth, and where the spikes come through. And as you can see, they're all done in slightly different colours. This one's more blue. I've not quite finished them all off because I want to do the eyes. I haven't done all the eyes yet. But there's one that isn't done, and the reason that isn't done is because this is the one that I'm going to use to show you how I painted the others. So if we push them back and push on the paints back so I can get these off camera, we can concentrate on this little fella. Let's get him on the empty paint pot and see where we go. Now I've done a lot, and I mean a lot, of work on these. So let's show you how I went about painting these ghouls. Well, first of all, if you miss the mould lines when you undercoat them and prime them, you can always just scrape slightly and that will get rid of some of them. So where do we start? Well, I started with Drakenhof Nightshade, and I went all over the fleshy areas with this, and I probably went over accidentally some of the non-fleshy areas with this. So if you do go over the non-fleshy areas, then don't worry, you can always go over with a similar colour to the or paint the areas you've done accidentally with in a similar colour to the non-fleshy areas. In this case it would be a grey. The annoying thing about this way of doing it is that we have to leave it to dry. Thankfully, we have a backup plan, and that backup plan is a wraith. Tiddly tomty too. You can go over there on your little pot. I will get another little pot out, and I will place you on another little pot. I will get out my slightly bigger brush, and we'll start painting in a second. I just want to show you first of all how I've got them to look towards the end of the process. There we are. They don't look too what's the word I'm looking for? Too sharp, too bright and colourful, but they are quite colourful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you on this one I'm going to do the base coating, I'm going to do the washes, and then I have one that's fairly similar that I've actually done that section to, and I can then show you what I do after this. So I'm going to try and get as much done in this video as I can in regards to painting. So what we're starting off with, is Cantor Blue, and with this it's the non-armoured parts, any part that's cloth with this paint. So there we are. That's the blue areas done. I'm going to just dump my hand in the water pot and wash the paint off because I don't want it going anywhere accidentally, as I'm wearing a very pale t-shirt today. So there we have our I don't know what he may be. Let's have a look, see if you can see this. This is the colour scheme that Mantic have used for the Wraith. I say it's similar but not exactly the same. And we're going to be carrying on with these now, and it's touching up this fella, highlighting this fella, and basically finishing this fella. Okay, so you've seen what we've done so far. On this one we've done a wash, applied a wash to the fleshy areas. I've gone over parts of the clothing, and I use the term quite wrongly. So we'll be touching up the clothing, and then we'll be applying washes to the clothing, rags, whatever you want to call it. In this one we've applied the base coat and we've applied the washes. So as I say, now it's time for applying the first highlight, and then with this one we've applied the base coat, we've applied the washes, we've applied the first highlight. Next it's applying the extreme highlighting. So let's get to it, shall we? So for the touching up of the rags on this fellow, we're going to be using Dawnstone. I think that's it. I've forgotten part of the arm there with the Drakenhof Nightshade wash. I'm going to leave that for the time being. In fact, I won't. I'm better getting that done while I think on, because otherwise I will forget again. I'm just going to drop the Drakenhof Nightshade. It's on down my bloody t-shirt. I'll be a second. Right, well, fingers crossed. I've managed to catch it in time and got it out. Oh dear. Right, so what was I doing? I was applying a wash to there, wasn't I? Okay, so that's the Drakenhof Nightshade done. What I want to do now is, using the Dawnstone, I'm beginning to feel really shaky at the moment. Not good at all when you're doing something like this, but never mind. And what we'll do is we will go down in fact, could have just got away with doing this all over anyway, couldn't I? Because we've just used the Dawnstone to go back over some of the areas that we've went over with the Drakenhof Nightshade. Now we're going to do something different to this. It's not going to be grey. Although I've done a bit too much on the face there, I think I'm going to have to do something with that, and I'm going to have to just go over on his head there, because that mould line is a bit too obvious. There we go. Dropping everything. Alrighty then, so what we're going to do now is just go over it with a very thin wash of Drakenhof Nightshade again, once I remember where I've put it. Right in front of me, that's why I couldn't see it. That's going to be, get it on the brush, wipe it off, and then go over the face again and the hands. Everywhere we've done, it's looking a little bit too pale. And that's the area we need to disguise. In fact, let's just do a proper wash with it again. I've had another idea. In fact, no, that looks actually alright. We'll keep it at that. Hopefully it will dry okay. Next, what I want to do is so we still need to tart over some of the areas that are flesh that I've covered up with the why do I keep saying Drakenhof Nightshade. There we are. So he's looking a little better now. Once the thing's dry, it will look better yet.